Hello and welcome to our drama life, and we are going to talk about the book Mouse by Art Spiegelman. This book is divided in two parts, Mouse first and Mouse the second.
Mouse 1 and Mouse 2 are a series of graphic novels written by Art Spiegelman. These works, which combine the comic format with deep historical and emotional storytelling, tackle two central themes: the Holocaust and complex family relationships. Let's start with Mouse 1. It has 6 chapters. First of all, the Jews are represented as mice, the Nazis as cats, the Polish as pigs, the Americans as dogs, and the French are represented as frogs. Chapter 1 is called The Mousetrap. Artie visits his father at his home, and their interaction is filled with tension and discomfort. While Artie tries to understand his father, Vladek, an elderly Holocaust survivor, begins to recount his life before the war. Vladek remembers what life was like in Poland before the Nazi invasion. He talks about his youth, his family, and his first meeting with Anja, Artie's mother.
The chapter 2 is called The Honeymoon. In this chapter, Vladek tells his son how was his marriage with Anja, that is Artie's mother, how Vladek set up his textile factory with Anja's father, and the slow apparition of anti-Semitism in Poland by the Germans. Chapter 3 is called Prisoner of War, delves deeper into Vladek's harrowing experiences during World War II. Vladek recounts how, as a young man, he was drafted into the Polish army to fight against the German invasion of Poland. He describes the early days of the war and the overwhelming sense of chaos as the German forces quickly advanced, leaving the Polish soldiers in a state of confusion and panic. Chapter 4 is called The News Titans, provides a vivid and harrowing account of Vladek's life as a Jew and the German occupation. In this chapter, Vladek shares with his son, Art, the escalating dangers he and other Jews faced as the Nazis intensified their persecution. It is a chilling depiction of survival, ingenuity, and the lengths to which people went to stay alive in increasingly dire circumstances. Vladek begins by explaining the severe restrictions placed on Jewish people as the Nazi grip tightened. Laws and decrees robbed them of their rights, livelihood, and dignity.
Chapter 5 is called Mouse Holes, delves into Vladek's harrowing experience during the Nazis' occupation of Poland, particularly focusing on the raids and the deportations of Jews and Poles. Vladek recounts how the Germans forced systematically round up Jews, sending them to concentration camps or executing them in mass killings. The chapter describes the terrifying atmosphere as people live in constant fear of being discovered and taken away.
Chapter 6 is called Mousetrap. It's a deeply poignant part of the story where Vladek recounts the desperate efforts he and his wife, Anja, made to escape the Nazis, the unexpected help they received, and ultimately their harrowing journey to Auschwitz. In this chapter, Vladek describes how he and Anja were constantly on the run, trying to avoid capture in an increasingly dangerous and oppressive environment. They move between hiding places, relying on their ingenuity and the keenness of others to survive, despite the constant threat of betrayal. They dare to hope for a way out.
This is the end of Mouse 1. Let's start with Mouse 2, also by Art Spiegelman.
The first chapter is called Mausewitz. Vladek narrates how him and Anja were translated to Auschwitz and were separated, tells the bad condition of concentration camp and his survival strategies. The second chapter is called Auschwitz. Time flies, and in this chapter, Artie tells his depression after his father Vladek died, and later he keeps telling the Auschwitz history of his father, telling the extreme condition of the concentration camp.
The third chapter is called And Here My Travels Began. In this chapter, Artie represents how his father was translated to Outreach to Breslau, and it was even worse with a lot of dead people and also with a lot of illnesses. The fourth chapter is called Saved, and it is a crucial part of Vladek's story. As Artie recounts his father's liberation from the Breslau concentration camp and his journey to the United States. This chapter provides a glimpse into the aftermath of the Holocaust and the beginning of Vladek's post-war life, highlighting both the relief, survival, and the challenge of rebuilding after unimaginable trauma. Vladek's story begins with the liberation of the Breslau concentration camp by Allied forces. He described the moments leading up to their freedom, the confusion, and the cautious hope among the prisoners as they realized the war was coming to an end. The fifth chapter is called The Second Honeymoon. In this chapter, Artie tells us how his father and him went to Florida because of health problems, and he narrates how his father reencountered with his mother after Breslau. He finally tells us how Vladek died peacefully in his bed.
The conclusion we reach for this book is the reflection of memory and trauma in daily life, the importance of remembering and telling stories, and the Vladek's legacy and impact on art. This is the end. We hope you like it.
This Draw My Life was made by Ángel Nogales, Pablo Serrano, Sergio Lozano, Ismael Olivera, Álvaro Almendros, and Adrián González.